I'm glad that you guys are here to listen to my testimony that I'm about to share. See, for me this week was hard because I had like three exams, and also I have one that's due tonight at 12, like literally tonight. But I was gonna make an excuse that I can't do this testimony because I had all those exams. But the Holy Spirit told me that if I give this testimony, who knows whose life might change because the Lord works in a mysterious way.
Amen.
So, with that said, I know that my exam that I will do after I go home, I'll probably finish it. Pretty easy. Alright, now here's my testimony. I grew up in a Christian family. My mom, my dad, they're both Christian, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way with the Lord. You can't just grow up and then have a relationship. You have to build up. So, all through my life, I know that I believed in God, but there wasn't a relationship like how when you're in a relationship with your boyfriend and girlfriend, like you communicate, you talk. But with me and the Lord at that time, there was nothing. It was just I believe in Him, and it was like a one-sided thing. Like whenever I needed Him, I just pray, and He would answer. And if He didn't, it didn't really bother me. So it was during my 8th grade. I was 8th grade. I was about to go in high school. It was I think somewhere in December. In my PE class, we were playing basketball. I was trying to get the rebound. I was pretty short, but I was getting the rebound, and then one of my classmates, he elbowed me right here on the chin. And then it started to bleed. The teacher told me, go clean up the blood and all that. I went, and I looked in the mirror. There was just blood, there was no mark or anything. So my adrenaline was high, and I was excited to play basketball at that time, so I just washed out the blood, went back to what I was doing, go back and play basketball, and then just go home without telling anybody what happened at school that day. But something changed. The next morning I woke up, and there was a thing on my face. I didn't know where it came from. I don't know how it got there, but I just thought, maybe I'll just pray and then it'll go away. But I went to school and it was still there. And then people were starting to look at me like, what is that? Me? I don't know. I don't even know how it got there. I don't know how it happened. I couldn't even tell how to answer them, how did it got here. So after that day, I went home. My dad took me to the doctor, and then they prescribed me with a pill to take for a month. I really hoped that pill would work, but sadly it didn't. But the day before I went to see my doctor again, it was really in the morning, my face started to itch, and I was scratching it, and then I felt a liquid coming out of it, and I rushed to the restroom and saw it was blood all over it. So I had to wash it away, and then after it was cleaned up, I went back to sleep. Then 4 or 5 hours later, I went to my doctor appointment with my dad. And then the doctor was like, did anything go away? I was like, no. And she was shocked. She was shocked that it didn't go away because usually this thing goes away when you take pills, but it didn't. So she recommended me to another place, which is Phoenix Skin, down in Central, since they're special in that thing. So from there, I started going there for quite a while. Once a month, I will go and have about 2 or 3 shots on my face until it gets small enough for them to cut it, and that's the painful part. So when it was the time for surgery, I prayed again, and thankfully the Lord was with me and nothing bad happened. But even though I didn't feel the pain, I could hear the doctors working on me, and that I could hear them cutting out my piece of me. And to this day, that sound of the scissor cutting my skin, I can still remember it. So after about a while, I stopped going because it wasn't improving. So I was like, nah, what's the point? If it's gonna be like this, it's gonna be like this. And then high school came, which is the hard part. So going to high school, no, I didn't have any friends because all my friends in 8th grade, my best friend, the 2 best friends that was always there for me, they moved away. One moved with her sister in another state, and the other one didn't go to the same high school as me. But later on moved to Minnesota right now. So it was hard. I always expected it that high school would be something out of the movie, like, oh, go have fun with your friends, go to football games and all that. But for me, it was different. Rather than doing all that, I was struggling with myself. Like, why do I look like this? Because everyone looks different, and everybody looked at me different. Instead of asking me my name, the first thing they see me, they would ask me, "What's that on your face?" As a freshman. As a freshman, it was hard to answer them because I still don't know how to answer them. So I would just make a random thing that, oh, I got this by accident, all that, but that's just how it is. The only thing that kept me going was my family and soccer. And by that time, my relationship with the Lord grew better because after consistently going to church with the force of my parents, some of the words stuck to my head that Jesus Christ is there for you and that He will always be there for you. So I wasn't feeling bad that people were looking at me because I know that the Lord is the only one that could judge me. But towards junior year, that's when things were down. I had just really broke up with my girlfriend, and I had a heartbreak. And also, I can't remember, but I met this person, and she asked me, "How do you get that on your face?" And I was like, "Oh," I was explaining to him like, "Oh, this is how I get it." And then they were like, "You, it sucks to be you." I was like, wow. I didn't say anything at that time, but I got home that day, holding my tears. The only place I can cry was when I was in the shower, so nobody could hear me. And while showering, I asked myself, "Lord, why do I do to deserve this? I serve in the church, I clean, I watch the kids, and this is what I did. Do you like to see me suffer?" It was hard, but I didn't know at the time, but I know that right now I'm happy. But so after that, I went on with my day, and my relationship with the Lord started to distant. And then my senior year came, and I was graduating, and I was really happy. And that was my opportunity to go to World Changer. And I went to World Changer. One of the things that I will never forget is the pastor preaching that we are all beautiful. And he said, "Why? Because we are God's creation, the Lord Almighty who created us." And that, because of that, I realized no matter how I look, no matter what others can say about me, it didn't really matter because I am God's creation. And then whatever they say, it's okay. I could take it because I have the Lord. So after coming back for a World Changer, I started my senior year. I promised myself I was not gonna cry, but hey. Come back for a World Changer and go to senior year. I was like, all right, what's the point of having friends if they're all just gonna ask? And then so I didn't really bother making friends. I just go out and finish my work, play soccer and all that, and graduate. I didn't even go to prom. That's how I didn't really care about high school anymore. So, and then college came, and it was another thing for me because it was new. I was all new again, and I thought maybe I might go through the same thing I went through in middle school, high school, but nah, it was different. This time, I felt like in my family, I felt like I was a disappointment because everyone was serving the Lord. They were either a teacher or a pastor or a youth leader, and me, I was not doing anything. And then we had the opportunity to go to the youth camp in LA. And it was when they had the prayer thing where you go to a teacher and you pray. And I talked to Pastor Amy and I asked, why? And that's when she helped me realize that my worth, my value to the Lord, and helped me get back on track with the Lord. So So with that said, I just forgot about this part. So with my faith right now, in total, I had about, I think, 30 to 40 shots because I go like once a month to get a shot right here. So like at least, yeah, probably 30 or 40. So I got used to it. Like, so whoever's people who are scared of the needle to get shot in the arm, if you take this, it will be worse. Trust me. After 30 shots or more in my face and 3 surgery, I was I was glad because I know because of that it made me who I am today, a strong person. I mean, I don't know the future, but I know that God is always gonna be there for me. I have 3 people that I would like to thank, and I forgot to mention them. It was in my middle school. 8th grade, I think it was 2 days before we get our promotion. And throughout that time from January to May, school wasn't fun. It was something that I tend to not want to go because people were either judging me or they look in a discreet way when they see me. They thought this thing might affect them if I get close to them or if I touch them. But when it was like 2 days before our promotion, my teacher, she was hot. My teacher, it was after school. I didn't know why I stayed a little late that day, but I stayed to finish on my work. And I stayed, and I was about ready to leave, and then she came to me and she asked me, what is that thing on your face? And then I was like, oh, not this again. The students are already asking me, and now a teacher? I answered her with all that. And instead of just walking away and just giving me that look, she came to me and hugged me and said, everything what you're going through, I hope you're okay. And at that moment, I know that there's someone that still cares about me. The reason I didn't bring it to my family is because I don't want them to be a burden to them or to help them because I thought they wouldn't understand me. And the second person I would like to thank throughout my life is Pastor Amy. She came in late, but because of her, I realized my value and how much I worth. And the last is, of course, Nikki. And there were so many times in my head, I thought, maybe if I just end this, it would be much easier. But after seeing you, you had the same thing as me, seeing you every day, and I thought, if you can do it, hey, why not? Maybe I could do it also. So because of those 3 people, I'm very thankful of them. And I'm sorry I didn't make it to your graduation, but I'm thankful for your reassurance and you're confident in living. Because of that, I get to live. And so, with that said, I accepted the Lord. My relationship got stronger, and the only thing that's missing is being baptized. So what I'm thinking is I will get baptized at Tutorin. Oh, yeah. And I think that will seal the commitment with the Lord. And I just want to tell you, I give you guys advice. We all have our own battle, race we have to go. But instead of saying, why me, of all that I've been saying, say again, try me, because we have the Lord, the Almighty. So instead of saying, why me, say, try me. And it says in John 3:17, Jesus replied, you don't understand now what am I doing, but someday you will. So have patience in him and have faith, because you don't know what he's going to do. Because he's always there for us. So just have patience. And also, the reason why I like this quote is because back then, I really don't know what I was doing. I thought, why the Lord is doing this to me, but not. I figured it out. Maybe it's because to show others that how strong I am and how with this thing I can show to other people that even going through all this, I managed to still be here in front of you guys I give you this testimony. And to all those teenagers out there, if you ever feel alone, feel like nobody can understand, the Lord can. Just pray to Him and always have faith in Him. And thank you.
Hey, Powah, can we ask the pastor to pray for you and, for all of us who want to put his hand on him, the loved ones and all come here.